Tuesday, day 27 of the June vlogs. Only 3 more days to go after today. I was a bit thoughtful on the way back actually from the school run. I've just got back from the school run. Because I've looked back over the last 27 days and I realised I have spent more time knitting than crocheting, which is interesting. I mean, it's fine. I am primarily a crocheter, but I think the last couple of months knitting's taken over a bit. And it's not that I find knitting more enjoyable or more relaxing. I actually find crochet more relaxing because it's my comfort zone. I think I've just been in the state of mind to push myself slightly. Doing a June vlog is definitely pushing myself because, you know, it takes a fair amount of dedication and work, but it's enjoyable. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I've been focusing more on knitting than my first love, which is crochet. I don't know. It's interesting though, and I think next month I want to focus a bit more on my crochet projects that I want to make. I've got my long-term projects, which is my Crazy Memories blanket, which I showed in earlier episodes, and I've also been working on a crocheted fox head for my sister, which I'd quite like to get finished before I go and see her next month. So I'd like to get moving on that because I was really enjoying working on it. So I would like to get back to that. There's a couple of granny square blankets that I have had on the go for years, not months, years, that I would like to finish. So I'd quite like to scoop all those up into a project bag and get moving on that. And yeah, just get some of my long-term crochet goals completed so I can move on to new things. I'm very much the kind of person that needs to have things in a state of organisation in order to enjoy the next thing. So although I can make plans to crochet on hook up more projects or even cast on knitting projects, I need to know that I'm in a state of organisation before I do it. I need to know that I'm not overrun with works in progress, etc. So I need to clear the decks on that, but I've been saying that all month, haven't I? God, this is a rambly introduction. Anyway, welcome to Tuesday. I'm off to work and this is the long day, so I will get some crafty time later when I take my 2 girls to trampolining. I get a bit of time to sit down whilst they're bouncing. Whoops, I'm just kicking things. Yeah, but right now, in the car, off to work, hair is straight again. We've said goodbye to the 1970s and off I go. I thought I'd quickly show you before I go to work. This is the Animal Heads book that my sister bought me for my birthday. And this is what she wrote. At last, vegetarians can hang animal heads on their walls like the rest of civilization. My sister's a vegetarian and general animal lover. And this is what she wants me to make. Now, she could make it because she actually has been crocheting longer than me. I don't think she makes creatures and things. She tends to stick to blankets and shawls. So she's given me all the ingredients along with this book to make this fox head. And the idea is she's going to hang it above her bunny's cage in the garden as a warning to all foxes who might wish to eat the bunnies. So this is what I'm making. I should probably... Actually, there's not a lot there that could give it away. There's about 8 pages of pattern. So, and I've got it on the go in here. This is my Oh So Lily bag, which Zoe of Oh So Lily very kindly gifted me. Love this fabric. And inside I've got my acrylic yarn in fox colours. And I've got the beginnings. What hook am I using for this? Can't remember. I think I'm using quite a small, just a plain small hook. Yeah, so this is the beginnings. And the way it's constructed is really interesting and really fun to make. So this is the beginning of the snout. Now that it's got the orange bit on it, it's beginning to look a little bit less rude. So yeah, when I'm talking about my fox head project, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm taking with me today. This is a Kukai bag, which I actually bought in the early 90s, which is still going. So I think we can count that as vintage or retro. So my retro vintage Kukai bag, which fits all my paraphernalia in. Got my lunch bag with my lunch in, obviously. And in my yellow bag, I've got my mittens project, just in case I get, you know, stuck in traffic or there's an emergency and I can't get out of the office and I must have emergency knitting. And that is my little mini tripod that clings to things for filming, like when I film in the car, etc. Speaking of which, let's jump right now to the journey to work. Nearly at work. It is very cloudy today. It's warm, but it's cloudy, and that makes me happy. And I know that is the opposite of most people. Just letting a little old lady out. I know that is the opposite of most people, but I don't know. I can think clearer when the weather is cooler. I forgot to say earlier, a big thank you to everybody that commented a couple of days ago on my video where I was asking for advice about my William Morris print fabric, my antique vintage fabric that I have. I got some really helpful good suggestions and tips, so thank you to everybody that commented and gave me ideas. I'm definitely going to cut that in half, and I'm going to take the fabric to the fabric shop. Probably I'll take it to John Lewis and find a good match for the back. A couple of people suggested keeping the back of the fabric grey to match the sofa, which would make the pattern fabric really pop out, which I really like that idea. And somebody suggested, I think it was Debbie, crocheting a back for the cushions, and I really like that idea. A bit of William Morris and a bit of crochet mixed together. Wasn't it William Morris that said, have nothing in your home that you don't find either that isn't either functional or that you find beautiful? Probably just completely murdered that saying. So yeah, William Morris print and crochet. Quite liking that idea. I have just okayed after school iPad time for 40 minutes, which never happens as soon as we get in from school. But it's raining and I really want to do some mitten knitting. Bad parenting. Also, scary Frida Kahlo.